It starts with a simple question. What happens when a normal, practical hatchback decides it doesn't want to be boring anymore? That question is exactly how the Volkswagen Golf GTI was born. Before the GTI, cars were either sensible or sporty. You picked one. You couldn't have both. If you wanted fun, you sacrificed comfort. If you wanted practicality, you accepted dullness. But the Golf GTI changed that rule forever. It didn't just create a new car. It created an entirely new category, the hot hatch. And even today, decades later, when performance cars come loaded with screens, modes, and artificial engine sounds, the GTI still follows the same promise it made from day one: fun, balance, and everyday usability, without trying too hard. This video is not just a review. This is the full story of the Volkswagen Golf GTI, where it came from, why it became a legend, and why it still matters today in a world full of electric cars and oversized SUVs. So sit back, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why millions of drivers around the world still believe three letters, GTI, mean more than just a badge. The birth of a legend. The story of the Golf GTI begins in the mid-1970s. Volkswagen was at a crossroads. The iconic Beetle, which had defined the brand for decades, was becoming outdated. Fuel prices were rising. Buyers wanted something modern, efficient, and practical. Volkswagen responded with the Volkswagen Golf, a compact, front-wheel drive hatchback that was simple, reliable, and smart. It was designed to be a people's car in the truest sense. But inside Volkswagen, a small group of engineers had a different idea. They weren't trying to create a sports car. They weren't even sure management would approve their idea. But they believed something powerful. What if a small, lightweight family car could also be genuinely fun to drive? So quietly, after hours, they started experimenting. They took the regular Golf. They added a more powerful engine. They stiffened the suspension. They sharpened the handling. And just like that, something special began to take shape. Volkswagen executives originally planned to sell only 5,000 units of this performance Golf. They thought it would appeal to a small niche of enthusiasts. Nothing more. They were wrong. When the first Golf GTI launched in 1976, it didn't just sell, it exploded in popularity. People loved it. Journalists praised it. Drivers couldn't stop talking about it. It was fast but not intimidating, sporty but not uncomfortable, affordable but not cheap. The GTI became the blueprint for every hot hatch that followed. What GTI really means? The badge GTI stands for Gran Turismo Injection. But for fans, it means something deeper. It means balance. It means character. It means a car that makes every drive, no matter how short, feel special. From the very beginning, the GTI wasn't about chasing the biggest horsepower number. It was about how the car felt. The steering, the weight, the connection between driver and machine. That philosophy never changed. Through every generation, Volkswagen kept the GTI true to its roots. Even when competitors chased extreme power or aggressive styling, the GTI stayed refined, confident, and quietly fast. It didn't need to shout. It just needed to deliver. Evolution through generations. Over the years, the Golf GTI evolved with technology, safety regulations, and changing tastes, but its soul remained intact. Each generation improved performance while keeping the car usable every single day. Drivers could commute during the week, take a road trip on the weekend, and still enjoy a spirited drive through mountain roads, all in the same car. That's why the GTI earned something rare in the automotive world: trust. Owners didn't just like their GTIs. They stayed loyal to them. Many GTI drivers bought one, then another, then another. Some families passed them down. Some enthusiasts modified them. Others kept them completely stock. The GTI welcomed everyone. Why the GTI still matters today. In today's market, cars are bigger, heavier, and more complicated than ever. Touchscreens replace buttons. Artificial sounds replace real engine noise. SUVs dominate sales charts. And yet the Volkswagen Golf GTI still exists. Not because it has to, but because people still want it. They want a car that feels alive. They want something engaging without being exhausting. They want performance that fits real life. The GTI isn't trying to be the fastest car on the road. It's trying to be the most enjoyable. And for many drivers, it succeeds. What comes next? In the next part of this video, we're going to dive deep into the modern Volkswagen Golf GTI. We'll talk about the engine and real-world performance, how it feels to drive every day, why the GTI is still one of the best daily driver performance cars in America, and how Volkswagen managed to keep the GTI fun in the digital age. So if you've ever wondered whether the Golf GTI is still worth it, or if you're considering buying one, you won't want to miss what's coming next. When you look at the modern Volkswagen Golf GTI, it's clear that this car hasn't forgotten where it came from. Under the hood, you'll find a 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine, and while numbers matter, what really matters is how this engine behaves on the road. The GTI doesn't feel aggressive in a stressful way. Instead, it feels confident, controlled, and always ready. Press the accelerator lightly in city traffic, and the GTI behaves like a calm daily driver. The throttle response is smooth, the turbo doesn't feel jumpy, and the power delivery feels predictable. But the moment you push deeper, everything changes. The turbo spools up, torque comes in strong, and the car pulls forward with urgency. This is where the GTI reminds you that it's not just another hatchback. 0 to 60 miles per hour happens in under 6 seconds. But what's more impressive is how usable that speed is. You don't need to floor it to enjoy the car. Even at highway speeds, passing power is instant. Drop a gear, tap the throttle, and the GTI moves without hesitation. The steering is one of the GTI's strongest features. It's precise without being nervous. You feel connected to the front wheels. And the car responds exactly how you expect. On winding roads, the GTI feels light on its feet. It turns in quickly, stays flat through corners, and inspires confidence even for drivers who aren't pushing hard. The suspension strikes a rare balance. It's firm enough to handle spirited driving, but soft enough to deal with potholes, speed bumps, and long road trips. This is where many competitors fail. They become too stiff, too extreme, and exhausting to live with. The GTI never forgets that you might drive it every single day. Inside the cabin, Volkswagen blends sportiness with refinement. The classic GTI design elements are still here, including the signature plaid seats that instantly tell you this car has heritage. The seats themselves are supportive, comfortable, and perfect for long drives. You don't feel fatigued even after hours behind the wheel. The driving position is excellent. Everything feels within reach. The steering wheel feels solid. The pedals are well placed. And visibility is better than most modern cars. This is a car designed by people who actually enjoy driving. Technology plays a big role in the modern GTI, and while some purists criticize the heavy use of touch controls, the system does offer a lot. The digital cockpit displays speed, navigation, and driving data in a clean layout. Ambient lighting adds personality, especially at night. And the sound system delivers strong audio quality for music lovers. Despite its performance focus, the GTI is still practical. The rear seats can comfortably seat adults. The trunk offers generous space for groceries or luggage, and folding the seats turns the GTI into a surprisingly capable cargo hauler. This is why so many people choose it over traditional sports cars.